All right. Hellfire Horror Stories, Episode 3. And our main co-anchor here this week is Kane.
Hello, Kane. It is.
Hello, Jade. How are you?
I'm doing alright. I got my ears. I got my
You got your ears.
Yep.
Oh, my
So
ears.
we're going to be discussing RPG horror stories off Reddit.
Hell yeah.
Yay. The first one is by OK Quarter 6929.
Okay.
This story happened about 15 years ago when I and my group were inexperienced and living together in university. We played all kinds of systems and settings and loved to play long-haul homebrews. At the point this story takes place, we had already played many systems together and now wanted to go at the Gothic Noir Vampire the Masquerade setting.
Huh. That sounds amazing. We need to run that.
So,
This problem.
as the person who has most of second edition Werewolf, this might be grossly interesting.
Setting with a 50-50 split of brutal combat and political backdealing.
So first, red
So
flag.
Vampire the Masquerade.
So my first red flag here. They all live together. That's kind of my first red flag here. I'm just okay. That's my
That's more of a
thing.
green from jealousy flag.
Yeah, but I think that this is going to come into play. Them living all together. That is just like a big red flag to me.
Okay, so this is from the before times when you would have to get into a physical group and share a location.
Okay, but like
Didn't used to all be online.
Okay, no, you said living together. You said living together, correct?
In university.
Still, red flag.
This is 15 years ago in university. So this is playing with their dorm mates.
Okay, but
Yeah.
still, I'm going to say red flag.
Also,
Oh, nice. That's so
not vampire.
I'm
This
doing
is
this because I've already mirrored my image. Which, if you go to
Yeah.
more, you can just flip your camera.
That's honestly really cool.
and one of the things I love about my special edition of second edition.
Oh, that's cool.
Whoa.
All right.
Yeah.
The group consisted of a rich and well-connected Ventru, a Tremere blood mage, a Tremere fire mage, a Gangrel investigator, a Toreador sword fighter, and a Malkavian.
I'm going to take a guess. Milk is a fish milk, and he is the problem.
I think that's the
I'll
problem.
just pretend I
that
know
is-
what you just said.
One of them is like insane to the point of not being coherent or understanding what's going on.
I honestly think it's going to be.
So fish milk refers to the blind eye LARP version of this, where it is would your character, for no apparent reason, hit everyone upside the head with a fish?
What?
I
Isn't
honestly
awesome?
don't know why Malkavian is even in the game.
Because it's funny, obviously.
All right, a Malkavian. Well, we'll get to that part. As stated, we all lived together across 3 apartments, as well as being classmates and involved in each other's hobbies. Outside of gaming, we all spent a lot of time together, either as one big group or smaller groups of 2 or 3. We mostly all got along really well. Mostly.
Oh, geez. Here we go.
Our group always had a pretty good dynamic, with the exception of when we'd meet at the D&D table with our that guy.
Oh.
Guest. Nobody liked that guy, as he loved nothing more than to min-max his characters and bully the party.
No. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, you're all creating interesting characters with backstories and nuance? Well, my character can kill any of you in a fight, so I'm taking all the loot in this dungeon and selling it. Go cry.
Oh no, it's a role-playing game. It's a role-playing game.
More importantly, it is a cooperative role.
Yes, please stop. No.
Nerdy,
Oh,
I
you're worried
just
that
say
you-
hope.
Oh,
No.
you're worried that-
No, for like a split second. Hi, in a werewolf, there's a thing that these min-maxer players do to werewolf, and that is literally plate your teeth with silver to the point where you're aggravating damage everyone other fucking Garu.
Like, oh, you're worried that charging in without a plan will get us wiped out because you have no good gear and you're not min-maxed for combat? This is taking too long. I'm breaking the door down.
Yeah, basically. Also, the common creation stories involve Malkavians that believe themselves to be a fish. The phrase, if you don't put put down that fish milk, oh so help me.
The more I hear about Malkavians, the more I wonder why they are in the game.
Watch LA by Night on YouTube. Alex Ward does a correct milk.
Ah, okay. So
No,
it's like the
no,
people trying to emulate.
There is a milk. His name is X, and he is the correction. He in the end, like his character just wants to party, but he's that like buddy homeless guy stereotype, and that's how he plays Milk.
Okay. It's like, oh, this villain is pretty cool, guys. I think I might like working for him more than adventuring with you.
Oh, that's funny.
Your character wants to take 5 minutes time outside of combat to build NPC relationships and manage a side business? Can we please go back to focusing on the interesting characters now?
Yeah. That's clearly forcing yourself to be main character syndrome.
It was endless. PvP, bullying, name-calling, whining. So many nights ended with him smugly leaving and the rest of us staying behind to vent about how much of a drag he was to play with.
Okay, I don't mean to cut you off again. Like,
This is the point of the discussion.
Okay, but if I was the DM, I think I'd at least try to like talk to this person. It's like, hey, no one's having fun under the table. This is kind of fucked. We need you to kind of think. And if he starts bitching and complaining, he's out of my table. I don't even give a fuck.
Again, the first question you should ever ask is, why is my character even with this group?
Yeah.
If you can't answer that, don't play that character.
Exactly.
But the more phrasing correctly is what? Surface greater goal. Why is this character eventually going to be in this coterie? What's the overarching equal goal that disappears about Session 5 when everyone start focusing on their own stuff?
See, this is why I saved this story for you, because you have a better insight in this system.
So, how Older Darkness usually goes is, the first two sessions, like, so the Prince or the Duke, the Baron, depending on if it's Anarch controlled or Camarilla controlled. Spoilers, Prince, no matter if the Prince is female, it's still Prince.
Okay.
It is a gender neutral term, and it refers to the ruler an owner of a territory overall. Like there is a prince of like Denver.
Oh, that's interesting. I like that little touch.
Is this built around LARP, or does LARP just...
LARP is a separate thing that also happens and has its own like community.
Oh no.
Oh no, Jake said
lost
that's
the
very
dragon.
interesting.
He had to go beep. So there's also so Camarilla usually are you're put in charge of this territory. It's not your territory. You're just being entrusted in it by the Camarilla to protect this because we don't want to have be in charge of all of this, really. So we're going to have these neonates, which is a word, take care of this neighborhood for us. But our enforcers are going to check in to make sure you're not breaking the masquerade in this. Masquerade breaches consist of telling not that you exist to mortals, and they also make sure you don't run your victims dry. You can feed off of them, but never empty them.
Let's see how well he adheres to this.
He probably doesn't at all.
All right, we confronted him on it multiple times, and he always played dumb or accused us of being too whiny.
Okay, this motherfucker.
Any sentence that starts with that is a winner.
Okay, at some point, the DM has to be held responsible. I'm just going to be honest. I think if realistically, if I had to push it, if I was the DM in this situation, if I was pushing it, and let's say I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt over and over and over again, I think after the third time he does this, done, out of my table. At some point, the DM has to be held accountable for this.
The DM has to ask, why are you with this group?
Exactly.
Why are you with this group?
All right, outside of gaming...
And not be afraid of if the other party members are not speaking up. In the end, it is the DM's... It has to go to the DM. And unfortunately... If the party does not have a problem, the DM has to take the possibility of it being the DM against everyone.
All right.
It's one of the few things I agree with. It's the few things of let that campaign die if the rest of the party does that.
Outside of gaming, he was fine, but the moment we all sat down, he was unbearable. It was also apparent that he took things a bit too seriously. One night, we were celebrating Toreador's birthday in real life, the player's birthday.
Okay.
And Malkavian got so drunk he couldn't get up the stairs. So the Ventrue player carried him up to his room. Again, his actual room in university.
Yeah.
Malkavian looked at Ventrue and mumbled, "You're being unusually kind for a Ventrue."
What? What? Hold on, what?
Oh.
The
Back up,
Ventrue
what?
player helped the Malkavian drunk player get back up to his room in their actual dorms or apartments. And the player is like, "You're being unusually kind for the vampire role."
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
We hadn't even been gaming that evening. It was just a party.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, but to be fair, I think I would do the same thing too.
If
Just
you were
to-
smashed.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think I would be too. I think okay. I've never been like drunk or anything like that, but I've been like high a ton of times. So
All right,
I
Ventru
do
came
so.
down and told us all what he'd said, what the Malkavian said. So I called the Malkavian up in the morning to check on him. After an awkward silence, he asked, "Did I really say that?" He later claimed to the group he'd said it on purpose as a joke, and we all just let it go.
Okay, but it might have been a joke, in my opinion. I think that at that point it would have been a joke.
I
This
don't
would
sober enough to make a joke.
This would not be on the subreddit if it wasn't just.
True. Consider where this came from. This is not the end of the story. This is the preamble.
Oh right, you're right. Oh no, I'm scared now.
We talked about excluding him, but our fire mage was a foreign student who was only here temporarily, and our Toreador, who was a really great player to have both at and away from the table, lived with the Malkavian, and they were so close he told us he'd quit the group, or the foreign student would quit the group if we kicked the Malkavian, leaving us with half our original group size and potentially losing him outside of gaming as well. Okay, so there are other players who are friends with the Malkavian in real life. They would leave with him
Okay.
if they kick him.
Okay, so this is gonna go the
Hey, Jordy.
it's gonna be the hi, and sadly it's a thing that happens as old as fucking time. Hi, we're gonna prioritize our friendship over our friend not actually being a good player.
Oh my god. You see, that's the dangers about this game, because it's like you gotta be careful with prioritizing your that sort of things. Like it's like yeah, you bond with that sort of stuff. I get it, but
The game is not as important as the friendship. The game's supposed to be an extension of the friendship.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like that's like with my friend, because I was once kicked out of D&D group for being interruptive and stuff like that. And yeah, they thought it's like, well, yeah, we're doing this because we don't want to get it to a point where it's just a problem for our own friendships and stuff like that. So we have to kick you out because we don't want that to affect our friendship. Which I think that kind of it was. I am a bit interruptive sometimes. I will admit that. So
All right, we
Makes
enjoyed
sense.
playing and spending time with the Toreador players so much that we were willing to take the bad with the good. So, what was his character, you ask? About the Malkavian. Like, what were the details? He was a Malkavian with split personality disorder.
Oh no.
Hi.
No. Pause. Hold on. Pause.
Mention this if everyone's hi. That creates blood on my end with this story.
Yeah.
No.
From a personal standpoint. Also, here's the thing: there is a clear. So, spoilers for Bloodlines 1. It's been 20 years. One of the NPCs you think are introduced to think is Ventru. She's not. She is not plural, not singular. I keep on forgetting the last name. Twins. They're not twins, but they think they're twins. But it's the same fucking person.
It gets worse.
Oh no. Okay, so here's the thing. I know that I technically have Beatles. He technically has DLD and stuff like that. But what I do is that it is an extension of character and not an excuse to suddenly change character things and it's a thing. This is what I'm trying to think. I think that's what he's trying to do here. It's like oh, but my character, he would do that because he has split personalities and stuff like that. It's like no, that's not how it works. That's not an excuse to suddenly change your character things.
And
It's more frustrating.
for some insight on rule-wise and creating an MLKV, you have to pick, quote-unquote, a derangement.
Okay.
AKA, it's the something carried over in your mortal life, mental illness-wise, that never went away when you were embraced.
I don't.
This can be... Malkavian can be simply just a vampire that has OCD.
I am.
Makes more sense now.
To a vampire that never got rid of their schizophrenia.
This is going to be. I'm scared that this is going to go into ableist territory because this is what I'm trying to. This is what.
Here's the thing. That's why a lot of. Yeah. No. There's a reason why everyone fucking hates fish milks. Because it's ableism.
Okay. This meant, according to him anyway, that he got to roll up 2 character sheets.
No.
No, you don't. You have the same stats. You just have to verify who is currently talking in the character wise. You are the same person when it comes to stats.
His main character, which was highly intelligent and charismatic and possessed all of his non-combat stats and abilities, and his combat character.
Okay, this motherfucker. Okay, no.
And knowing it's 15 years ago, it is the totally fucking characterized, fucking misconstrued Hollywood interpretation back then of the ID.
And not even
it's not even min-maxing at this point, it's just maxing. Pretty much, it's not even min-maxing at this point. It's just,
It is fish milking. It is you felt like it to disrupt the campaign.
Okay, so we had one character that's all of the out-of-combat abilities, and another character that's nothing but combat abilities.
Okay, so I will say that in a way, I will say that min-maxing in a way it is inherently have some good effect stuff if it's a more like combat focused game.
Also,
but like
if it's mechanically
if it's
in the rules.
yeah. It is nothing's inherently bad about min-maxing. You can do whatever you want with your character. But the thing is, if you are literally making 2 separate character sheets and saying it's one character and saying, oh, we're in combat now, that means that my character personality splits, and that means that I'm suddenly good at combat. No, that's not how it works, and that's also not how GID works.
What I would actually, if it was my player and I caught it at like the cutting room floor, I would basically say, "Hi, this is your very, very quiet warning to get the fuck out."
Yeah. I mean, I would have said no at character creation.
Oh no! I would no. It would be not pass. It would be, and this is plausible deniability. Hi, I would tell that person, hi, you have about 5 seconds to walk at the door, or bad things will happen.
Just pulls out a gun. Just
Oh no!
yeah.
It's the hi. They'll possibly remember some videos that got archived, they got deleted, that prove, hi, that is a thing, that is a boundary for me.
Dude.
If you recall any of my old videos.
Okay.
I cannot even already with these people because, like, this is, number one, not only, like, low-key ableist, but also, like, kind of shitty, and I can't believe that the DM allowed this The DM allowed this to happen. I think that we all need to remember that the DM allows this to happen.
Like, even if I was a DM and if I'm not even part of character creation, first time that comes up in game, I'm like, redo your character.
Like, okay,
Yes.
This is what infuriates me about these sort of stories, because most of the time when they're talking about another player constantly causing problems, the DM allows it to happen. What are they doing? Their entire role is to facilitate the game, to move the story along, and make sure that the players are okay with each other and not about to kill each other.
Fortunately, I've had good players. Like, Mallow has been the closest to pushing boundaries.
Oh,
Also, slight thing. Guess what I get to do for the month of October this Saturday?
I'm assuming...
I'm doing Tuesday on Saturday with my usual Saturday people.
Okay.
Everyone voted on doing a SCP one shot.
Oh, neat. Okay. Both the combat and non-combat were min-maxed to their purpose, and both gaining experience at the same rate.
Okay.
I know, are we about... Okay. The mechanism that made one personality or the other take over, whether or not he felt threatened.
oh my god.
Okay. Hi. I'm gonna carry on. It will possibly cause some.
Reuniting it.
Keep going. I'm just gonna no comments, nothing.
Okay. It didn't take long for the PvP to start. As a Malkavian, he chose the abilities that allowed him to spread madness and immediately set about sharing his gifts with the party.
Yes. Hi. Hi. That is a presence stat. That is an ability called presence.
I am not even. This is just disappointing me. Every single word of this is just depressing me even more.
And the
I don't
more
even
we
know why
discuss it, the longer it will take.
Yeah. It's called dementation. Hi. This entire time I have the White Wolf fandom wiki open just so I can actually have access to it.
Relevant. Okay, constant hallucinations, nightmares, feelings of dread, and paranoia. We were essentially haunted 24/7, always seeing things out of the corners of our eyes and hiding in shadowy corners, even in our homes. We didn't know the cause, but he made sure that it never let up.
Hi, that's a 2-dot. It's called the haunting. Inflict maddening visions upon a victim. It's a 2-dot.
Now, this could be fun on its own. We could play up the paranoia, and we did. Or we could slowly become more unhinged and volatile. Some of us also did. But then he started making himself our overt enemy, plotting with higher-ups, trying to steal Tremir's secrets, sabotaging my investments, or just filming us while we're off duty for blackmail purposes.
Okay.
Hi.
So,
Hi, and this is the first time you will ever hear me actually raise my voice. Hi. World of Darkness, specifically American the Masquerade. It is the slow game, political-wise, through your life as a kindred, a childer. Hi. If you move too fast, you're gonna fuck up. And someone's gonna leak on your end that because you're going sloppy. It is you sit there and wait. And when I mean wait, you have eternity. You sit there and buy your time for 10 years plus if you have to.
Yeah, you're an immortal trying to slow burn other immortals.
Basically.
okay.
You're acting as sloppy as the Inquisition.
Okay, so here's the thing. So, with like talking to the higher ups and stuff like that, and kind of doing that sort of stuff, I don't mind when people like want to play villains on their own like group and stuff like that. But there needs to be a line drawn, and there needs to be a consensus with the other players. And yeah, I know I'm talking about playing a villain while I've played a villain on this sort of thing. But there has to be some sort of understanding between players and games.
Yeah, none of the other players were on board with this.
Because if we look back at Crimson, she was great, she was amazing, but there was admittedly some weird sort of motivation, kind of things that me and Dell didn't quite see, realize that the other person thought that this was the case, and the other one did that. After her betrayal, Dell was like, "Wait, what happened?" So we had
I saw the car crash coming. I'm like, you could have checked the signs.
I could have, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that honestly looking, but there needs to be some sort of understanding, and the players need to be on top of it, because I think that a spy character like mine, and I don't mean to defend myself here, but I think that a spy character in that sort of situation makes sense. And it would the other players don't understand
with her handler.
Know about it. But there, for me, I put plenty of clues and stuff like that, and I know that a lot of you actually caught on to that. So
for example, I loved the part I took part in the Crimson Arc thing.
Yeah.
I also love that in character, I'm pretty sure Kane didn't give a shit if you were a turncoat or not.
Which I cannot wait till hope that she makes an appearance again, because I miss her.
Whenever you decide to.
All right.
Once the phase change happens, we'll be in resolution era.
Also, one thing, I fucking love the start and the inevitable conclusion that was just the Catherine Scorch Earth arc. Hi, you entirely lost your sight. Yeah, we have to transfer you. You're going to completely lose all of your clearance. I'm sorry.
You got it back. Okay. His shenanigans got us in front of the prince more than once, and he was always reprimanded because my Ventru was just more savvy than him and had acquired a lot of social power by now because I spent my downtime being useful to higher-ups and acquiring power in the city. But to hear him tell it, the prince was unfair.
I have no words.
This was because both the prince and her sheriff, by this point, were sick of his antics, but needed all hands on deck, and he was, admittedly, very good at wet work, so he was always punished, but never actually getting the punishment he deserved.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, in a roleplay sense, if I was the DM, I would say, fuck you, we're going to execute you. Alright, goodbye.
Yeah, but then him and then half the table.
Yeah.
Yeah. My binding would basically be on that. My approach would be, hi. And I would literally pull all the players. I'm like, hi. I need everyone to vote that who agrees that this person is being disruptive. Because bring it up, but don't enforce it yet. Feel the water of was this group worth it?
I mean, they're all friends outside of the game.
Yeah.
But again, going back to the thing, what's more important, a D&D game or friendship? I think the answer is obvious.
Friendship.
It's friendship.
Didn't matter. All right,
Sadly
through here.
Because we are because as humans we are frailness and psychologically ostracism, even if it's a tiny bit of ostracism, is a no-no.
Yeah, it's not good.
Okay, this eventually came to a boiling point when the Gangrel, who'd been spending the entire campaign trying to break whatever curse was causing all the hallucinations and nightmares and fear and madness, finally found his answer. It came out of nowhere, with the Malkavian cruising towards the compound, and just before he entered Elysium, his car was T-boned and rolled onto its roof in an explosion of glass and steel. There were no words, no exchanges, just dice.
Wow.
Gangrel said fucking no.
And because it was a in-character interaction, and it was a proper conclusion in character for the consequences of the Malkavian being in character, technically against the entire coterie.
And again, we're only a third of the way in.
A third of the... Oh, God, no. Oh, no.
No. I know.
The Gangrel met his final death at the hands of the OP Malkavian, and none of us were there to witness it.
Wow. What a power move.
After word reached the compound of what had happened, it was decided the Malkavian had acted in self-defense, and the Gangrel, unraveled by whatever had driven him insane, had succumbed to the beast and attacked a member of his coterie.
In the defense, occasionally when you use abilities, you have to roll a special dice, and if you get to enough hunger as the consequence of your powers, yes, you will basically do the thing you're not supposed to do.
Okay. We weren't buying it. We never learned Gangrel's motivation for sure, but he was a shrewd investigator, and we knew damn well he'd have done his homework before pulling the trigger on a brother in arms. Something wasn't adding up.
Yeah.
So even in universe, they're starting to make moves. Eventually, our drama had to be put on hold because the antediluvians all awoke and things got complicated.
Yay! It's an overplayed, cliche part of a chronicle.
The ancient vampires awoke.
Yeah.
We went globe-trotting to try to rebuild the now shattered Camarilla?
Camarilla?
To reunite the strongest vampires we knew in an effort to, hopefully one of them had an idea. Things went bad, and a single mistake meant a party wipe, and the Malkavian was getting more brazen in his desire to put the party in direct danger because he would be fine even if we all died. Naturally. So the Tremere came up with a plan. Using blood magic, he could lace mundane objects with his blood, and upon touching them, a vampire would become bloodbound, essentially meaning they are increasingly loyal.
It literally is, you owe me, and bad things happen if you distrust. Yeah. So, and I fucking love... this is a mechanic, and I love it for Camarilla campaigns, but it's a fucking bitch when the entire coterie is anarch.
All right. At level 1, they simply feel a deep-rooted trust for the individual. At higher levels, they become more obedient. We made an agreement out of game that this ability would only be used on the Malkavian, never past level 1.
Okay. Let me guess. Okay, I know this sounds crazy, but I think that it's going to be past level 1.
Just past level 1.
Just a thought.
The direction you think this is going?
I think that's where this is going.
We didn't
Like, hi, we're gonna promise you so you're entrapped by it when we actually screw you over.
We didn't want to control his role playing. We just wanted less PvP and more cooperation in the group.
He's going to be mad about that. As soon as he gets past level 1, he is going to be pissed.
The plan was set. The ritual was completed. Now we just needed to wait for him to grab the item, an urn to be used in a different ritual. The Tremere asked him to take the urn and place it on the shrine, which he did. The DM then said, after all the months of surviving battle after battle, getting your hands dirty together, bickering about staying alive, you're beginning to feel a strong trust towards the Tremere, like he's a brother who will always have your back.
Oh no. Oh no. I don't like where this is going.
It's Malkavian. I attack him.
God damn it, I knew it! I fucking knew it.
This was not what you predicted. They still just did level 1.
I know, but still, like, as soon as you said that quote, I knew exactly what he was going to do.
Oh, you mean as it happened?
Yeah, as it happened.
DM, you... What? Why? I just said you trust him. I attack him. I can't trust the Tremere. I'm going to kill him.
No?
No, you are magically bound. You have to roll to contest that. I need a wits plus composure roll. Oh, fucking Christ, if you're going to do that.
Oh my god.
But you do trust him. You've never had any reason not to. He's always been dependable, and now the world is ending, and all you've got is each other. Don't care. Don't trust him. He dies.
Oh my god. Ouch. Fucking out. Get off my table. Leave this place. We don't want you here anymore.
That is clearly just cheating at that point.
Yep.
Because if you're gonna contest it, I will ask, hey, are you wanting to resist it? If so, like I said, I need a wits plus composure roll.
Get the fuck out. That's what I'm not even gonna ask for a roll. It just says get the fuck out.
When he was giving the gifts, did any of them just say, nah?
No.
Exactly.
So okay,
Same but in
so
reverse. They gave him a gift.
this is stupid. Honestly, like, I can't even with this DM. Like, okay, I know that technically it's not the entire DM's fault, but at some point before all of this happens,
At character creation, at the bullshit with 2 characters, whenever that
you
came in.
had so many red flags. So many red flags. You decided to ignore all of them.
I mean, this
Like,
is a problem player and also a DM not doing their job.
exactly. At some point, the DM needs to be held accountable. Like I've said this entire time.
Okay. So, for some insight, unfortunately, this horror story is a long, repeated horror story scenario, and there's a lot, and this is usually a 15 years ago. This is possibly the 2nd edition or revive or 20th anniversary. Someone who has been at storytelling since 1st edition would have not made this error. And for World of Darkness, listen to your fellow storytellers who have been storytelling this game system since 1st edition.
Okay.
Because they have it attuned, they know, they've seen, gone through enough of that situation that they know how to put their foot down, know the boundaries, know to say, hi, here's a session 0, here's the expectations. It is sad, but this entire horror story is sadly, it screams, hi, I did not. We looked at this saying, "Ooh, this is a fun game system. Let's try this." and they didn't have access to the elders.
Yeah, in the beginning, they were hopping from system to system, and they're like, "Hey, let's try this vampire thing."
Okay, so I think that I don't really. I realize kind of mid while you're saying that that I've honestly have never had the misfortune of like having like a really bad player on my table. So it's a bit hard for me to say because like because I can't really say like how I'd actually react to a player like this. So I'm just trying to give the DM a bit of a benefit of the doubt here. Maybe this is the first time that this has happened, but at the same time, like I've said, this entire time, at some point, you have to be held accountable for your own players.
Yeah. A recent thing that I've learned is my expectations playstyle wise as DM when it comes to 5th edition lately is not a lot of people care for my playstyle as DM and expectations for a party run.
Yeah,
I had a player that literally left because I was too loosey-goosey and wanted to prioritize fun and adventures than mechanic balance.
what?
I
Okay,
have never
so-
run a completely serious game.
I don't. But apparently, I had a loosey-goosey game. And here's a kind of, I'm going to keep it very vague because I love this problem player. It's not a problem player. But I learned they were not compatible as a DMing at. A player and a friend who was the I want mechanic balance and make sense mechanically how near how rules mechanics work. Like she wanted balance. She wanted to be like, this is not overpowered. We should not have this yet. This is going to break the game. And I'm like, hi, are the rest of the players having fun?
Most important thing.
Okay, yeah, I've actually going back to like here's serious never running a serious game. Yeah, I think that in order for you to actually enjoy D&D, I think there needs to be a bit of silliness to it because I remember 2 campaigns, exactly 2, and both Dell has been in both of them. That being Veil 9 and also Van Bar Musel. I tried to play Van Bar Musel straight, but I've realized that it's a lot more fun if it's more of a comedy. I tried horror. And
You just need a little bit. A little bit goes a long way.
Yeah, and also Veil 9 with the me allowing my players to basically say, go have fun with the entire arsenal that you are given. That led to one of the greatest moments in D&D I've ever played, and that was the 9-Bayer story, which I need to go into full detail of what actually happened.
And I love that lightheartedness because my current Saturday game, my usual Saturday, consists of a party of a half tiefling, half Aasimar character that is a paladin of the Raven Queen, and a Pact of the Celestial that is pacted to not be evil by a cherub, because she is not the evil person, her mother is, and she's trying to be swayed into taking vengeance on her mother for locking her all her life in a dungeon for spoilers. And any of my players, please do not watch this until it's not spoiled. Her mother made a pact with literally Orcus, but in return, her children, one of her eldest child, had to be demonic blood.
Mm-hmm.
She was an Aasimar who made this. She's an Aasimar that is trying to achieve lichdom. The other party members consist of a Goliath witch a plague doctor named Dr. Calvin, a drow, an ex-assassin, and a literal bear that is a barbarian.
Mhm.
A barbarian. I love that so much. That is the
A
greatest thing.
tabaxi monk who is technically a genie in training.
All right, we need to get back on topic. We're
Ring.
not even halfway down.
Yeah, we need to like get back to the story. We're gonna be here all night.
Yeah, this has been nothing but tangents.
I'm
We're
sorry.
only going to get one story in this episode.
Pretty much, yeah.
I'm sorry. In the end, I'm having fun.
Yeah, that's the point. We somehow managed to avoid PvP by assuring him there was no threat, which means he couldn't switch forms. So he's stuck in his social character.
Yes. Using the mechanic against him.
Unlike him, we didn't like the idea of players killing each other, player characters. We made it clear this wasn't over and we called it a night. The Tremere and the Ventru immediately went to work looking for something, anything in the rules that could protect the party from the Malkavian without kicking him out and losing Tora Dior. After days of reading through rulebooks, they found the answer. A blood contract.
Oh. Okay.
We'd restrain him, hand him the contract, and make him choose. Sign it or catch some sun.
Okay, but okay. That is such an awesome role-playing moment. I know it's going to be absolutely ruined, but that is such a cool RPG moment. I will say that.
Him be, if the session ends and the campaign ends, it was your action.
Yeah, that's like, that's also another risk. Is like, you then have to, if this fails horribly, you have to live with the guilt of basically not only ruining the campaign, but also perhaps ruining your friendship with that person.
All right, the Tremere Blood Mage, with the help of a business-savvy Ventru, drew up a long contract chocked full of legalese that was basically meant to distract. Every line was a caveat or a loophole or phrase that, when you finally boiled it down, basically said, I promise not to kill players except if provoked. Now,
That's smart.
we weren't stupid. Months of playing with that guy, we knew he'd instantly say hold on. Stupid thing, I gotta confirm that I'm still here.
We're still here, dude.
It's this weird puzzle slider thing that pops up like after an hour.
Yeah, I know. I once was streaming me building Legos once, and it was like that.
Yeah, it happens basically every session. Okay, we knew he'd instantly say we provoked him by making him sign a contract.
Oh my god.
So there was a line very early in the contract that was so innocuous that no one we showed it to caught it. It basically said, in the vaguest terms possible, you will not do things we don't like.
Wow. That's awesome, dude. That's so cool. Okay, but even if this actually horribly fails and completely destroys a friendship, you gotta admit that the effort they put into it is amazing.
All right, the gloves were off. We were done trying to compromise. No half measures. Breaking a blood contract meant demons appeared and forced you to uphold it. We'd have a 24/7 private demonic security force watching him and keeping him from railroading the party.
Oh, dude. This is getting so good.
All right, we had our plan all set, but before we could enact it, our party got overtaken by heavily armed kindred. After a brief fight, we were at their mercy. Everyone was either in torpor or was in no shape to fight or negotiate. We were on our knees with guns to our heads being told to come quietly. That guy was not having it.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
We all pleaded with him, begged him to go quiet so we could come up with a plan. We'd pulled off prison breaks before, and fighting them now would be suicide. He drew, he fired, he got gunned down instantly.
Oh my god. What were you expecting to happen?
He was so upset at everyone but himself.
We gave you 50 warnings. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
He blamed all of us and accused the DM of being unfair and singling him out. We regularly complained to the DM in private that he went out of his way to protect the Malkavian whenever he did something stupid, which was often, when the rest of us all accepted and dealt with harsh consequences like adults. The GM knew he coddled the Malkavian, but didn't want to lose that Toreador player at the table. Malkavian announced he was not coming back for another session, and he was sick of being treated this way.
He's going to come back next week.
Yeah, he left. We celebrated. He never came back.
Thank God.
And neither
But
did
there's
the
more.
Toreador, who also felt the GM was unfair to the Malkavian.
You know, all this could have been avoided if you just had a fucking session 0.
Like, you're going to lose that one good player anyway.
Yeah.
So if that's going to be the result, just pull the Band-Aid at the start.
Exactly.
Yeah. If you have risk that you're going to not mix, have it not mix before there even is a session.
All right. It's been more than 15 years since that went down, and I still have the Malkavian in my Discord friends list, because, outside of the game, chill person. Though we never talk. I messaged him a year ago because I was interested in getting the gang back together and thought, it's been 15 years. He's probably easier to deal with. I'll just have a chat with him and see how he feels about the way we left things.
How about don't?
How about don't? Don't!
It kind of shocked me. He was the same. Still bitter and betrayed and had no memory of having ever done anything wrong to the group.
Really? Huh. Really? Really? I never would have thought of that. Jeez.
Oh, Kane holding in the rage.
That's just unfathomable. How I thought somebody would mature, like a person like that. You think that a person would mature, You think that, but no. Of course, he's not going to mature.
I mentioned the PvPs, the thefts, the sabotages, the meanness and the pettiness, the metagaming, even the time he'd rolled up an adamantium construct covered in spikes because I'd rolled a barehanded monk, and all the ways that he'd ruined other players' plans and achievements for lulz, and he just didn't remember any of it. All he could remember from all our months of gaming at the table was how poorly we had all treated him.
Oh my god, this motherfucker.
We're finally reaching the end.
Jesus Christ, this is a nightmare, honestly. This is my
I'm not
worst.
sure what the lesson is here, guys. Everything went how you'd expect. He never changed or improved. His friend left with him like he said he would. Our group was down to half its size, and while we were glad to be rid of the Malkavian and we really missed having our Toreador player at the table in all our events, in our other events. Our future sessions were pretty great, and we had some terrific campaigns and characters ahead of us. So it had a happy ending, even if we were down to 2 friends and a good player. If there's a lesson to be learned here outside of ripping off the Band-Aid, I'm just not seeing it. I'd like to reiterate that outside of gaming, the Malkavian was pretty chill to hang out with. I hope it at least made a fun story go crab on me.
Okay. What would you even say further with him? I'm gonna be honest. Because okay, if during game time he shows you how immature he is, why stay friends with him?
Again,
I don't really
he's
know.
only in the game.
I don't know. I never had anybody who's really treated me like that. I mean, yeah, I had some people who are kind of shady to me, and try to reach out to people. Like I said, hey, don't reach out to people. But like that. But anyways, besides the point. It's still dumb. Why would you even fucking stay friends with him? I don't really know. Maybe it's just me trying to just try to protect myself from those type of people. But it just kind of seems dumb.
Okay. One more, because this is something that has to be in every episode.
Oh no! What is it?
Okay, so this is a shorter one. I'm an avid fan of D&D 5th edition. Unfortunately, I live in the middle of nowhere, so I play it primarily over the internet through sites like Discord and Roll20. On one of my West Marches servers, we decided to toss up a Roll20 looking for group in the hopes of recruiting some new players. We had a number join, but from the beginning, one stuck out.
Not a good start. Not a good start.
This guy was completely new to the game. One of the other people on the server took about 2 hours carefully explaining how to build his character. A half-orc divine soul sorcerer. Hey, knock knock. His background was acolyte, which I didn't think much of, until I found out that his god was the actual capital G Abrahamic god.
Oh, gee. Oh no. Okay, so here's my take on that. So I don't think that's a problem at first, but the way
Unless
but
it's a
the
symptom of something else.
Okay. Oh wait. Wait. I'm thinking of just normal God, just in general.
Like the real world Christian god.
Oh yeah. Okay. So here's my thing on that.
Wait, Jehovah.
Okay. So here's my thing on this. So inherently not bad, but the context of where we're hearing the story scares the shit out of me. Where's this going? I don't like this.
Already I was skeptical, but I was still willing to give him the benefit of the doubt. I took about an hour attempting to show him how to set up Roll20. I eventually gave up and we began the quest. He was pretty tame for the first little while, but when we hit initiative, all hell broke loose.
Oh no. Please don't go Dark Dungeons route. Please don't go Dark Dungeons route.
What do you mean by that?
Like, I don't know, but I feel like this is this is an accident waiting to happen because it's combat, and he's like, wait, no, we shouldn't kill these people because they're, because God wouldn't want that.
That's kind of fine.
I mean, yeah,
This
you
guy-
can't play pacifist. You can't play pacifist in D&D. Yeah, that is possible, but also, I feel like you need a lot of experience role playing in order to play pacifist.
Oh my god, one of my favorite vows from 3rd edition was Way of the Pacifist. It is so hard to hit one of those guys. You just lose the will to hit them when you get near.
Wow, that's funny. That's a little.
They can't do shit to anyone else that's not like healing or buffing.
That's literally just Undertale. That's just the Undertale pacifist route.
This guy did not know what combat order was.
Oh no.
Even after rolling initiative and getting the list.
Okay, but I will try to give him the benefit of the doubt here because my first ever combat, I didn't quite understand initiative, sort of, but also my GM hit me with
The
a
DM would
attack.
call on you, is the thing.
Yeah. And also it was a one-on-one sort of thing. and also because I think that what confused me during it is because there was an attack of opportunity, and that's what confused
like
me.
in the context of a group, you're going to see the DM calling other players before getting to you.
Yeah, it was text based, and also it was one on a duet.
Okay, why are you trying to defend this guy?
I'm not trying to. I'm just saying.
Okay. He clearly thought this was free-form RP. He was moving around the map, saying shit like, I cast my spell and kill him, on other people's turns.
Okay. I have nothing to say about that. Why are you looking at me?
I tried to get him into it, but I ended the quest early when I realized this guy was a lost cause. The quest gave them their promised gold and item reward, and everything ended peacefully. Except the opposite of that. First words out of his mouth were, I killed the quest giver.
Oh no. Jesus didn't save him from that. Oh no.
Already going downhill, but nothing compared to what came next. One of the fellow players, quite reasonably, asked this guy what his alignment was.
Oh no, what is it? Oh,
His response was as follows.
Lawful good.
Aryan. Like the Supreme White Race, I'm not evil. Calamity ensued. Initiative was rolled. I had given up at this point. There was some mention on his end about Crusaders and Paladins, and then something about one of the characters being brown. I really wasn't paying attention. I slapped the big red ban button.
Wow. That's
always, inevitably, in that situation, with that player.
Yeah.
what
I had to
hell?
had to sneak that little short one in there because every episode has to have a Nazi story.
Nazis play Dungeons and Dragons.
Unfortunately.
Stop them.
Oh my god. That oh I think that is the greatest story I ever heard in my life. Jesus Christ. That was a trip. Like,
oh my god, watch the other 2 episodes. There's a Nazi story in each one.
oh my
It's so much worse.
oh
That was
wow.
quickly.
Okay, yeah, I need to start coming to these. I need to start doing these more often because that was a, that was like a drug hit. That was like a.
Like I will do these as often as somebody wants to be the co-pilot.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I'll do it often. I'll do it often. Hell yeah.
All right, so yeah, we'll just have to arrange a time. This has been episode 3 of Hellfire Horror Stories.
Woo!
Mostly Vampire the Masquerade.
Are we like?
All right, not everybody.
I am. Good night, everyone.